All right, it's close to time. Let's get this started. There we go. Well, we are at our little station. I've got this little chunk built. I'm gonna have Lingen take a look at it and see what he thinks about decorating. Also, maybe Freelancer and Dirty Human can take a look at it and get their opinions. I want to see how we decorate this, but I want to do it before I expand this. Ideally, we're going to expand this. This is just a single chunk, and it's going to expand in both directions to the edge of the build border, and then it's going to 45 to the edge of that one, and then straight, and we should end up with a hexagon. Hi, Damage. Thank you. I am going to have fun today. So we're going to try and, if they decorate it now, then as we're building it, it'll probably save us some blocks and some effort as opposed to just building it out of flat cubes, out of cubes and triangles, and then having to come back put the decorations in. If there's decorations we can add as we go, it'll save us some time. But probably going to work on, there's just this little, I think it's 7 blocks wide maybe, and we'll see what they think, and we'll expand it as we need, and we'll just continue all the way around. It should make a giant hexagon about this size, and then it's going to be like the old TV show Deep Space Nine, where it's got docking ports, little arms that go. Let me see if I can show you. Open a browser, bring up a picture of it, not my email. There we go. Then we will let you see that browser window. So like this, except instead of being a circle, it'll be hexagonal, and we'll have 4 of these arms where we can dock ships top and bottom, and then we'll have a ring in the center. I'm not sure what we're going to put in there, but we'll have it'll be the same way where these arms reach into a smaller ring. But that's the plan for right now. So I am going to go gather some materials. And right now we're using Freelancer's Gaia Mark IV to store materials that everybody can access. Everybody has access to the ship that has access to the station. So I'm going to stuff this full of, in particular, it'll be Valkite, which is easy to get. We'll stuff this. I might at some point double up the containers on this. It's nice to have some shared storage. So this is what we're using for the moment, because that's 124 cargo containers. So right now it's going to be pretty easy. We're going to 180 only. So that's a lot of containers though. That's a fair number for what we're doing. So we're going to run over here. I like having these these ramps and things to get to the ships, and instead of having them just floating about all willy-nilly. This is Dirty Humans. Oh, he gave me permission to use it. Dirty Humans little um, station hopper, I guess is what you're going to call it. We turn the, let's see if there's any power button on here. Cannon charge. None of these are the generator. Generator unit rate. Fuel chamber's up. It's not generating anything, so it must be turned off anyways. Ooh, that was a button. Wow, this thing is sensitive. We're gonna get out of it before we crash it. Alright, let's get into our ugly ship, which is slowly getting better. Slowly. It doesn't have any plates on it because I know I'm gonna tear a bunch of this stuff off. It still needs flooring. Yes, it still needs deck plating for most of the ship. But we're getting there. We have installed generators in a manner which I think is attractive, though I'm going to paint them And I'm going to put something up here. I really want to put another set up here, but that involves ripping this whole ceiling out, which I'm not against. It just has to make sense. And we have to, then we got to make sure this all attaches appropriately and everything is strong. So, but for right now, it's just going to be a chill session of me trying to find some Valkite. Hold on. He said he was going to damage. Freelancer said he was going to put something next to damage. Did you put the ice sand stuff anywhere before I run off and leave it? No. No, it's totally fine. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't hanging off the side of the ship somewhere. So I didn't want to break it or lose it. All right, so let's go find a rock. We've got turtle mode on. This one right here looks right. And then that's somebody's capital ship, which I haven't gone to see yet. So, oh, there it is. Oh, they're also ugly with the ship hanger on them. There's got to be a better way to do that. All right, hopefully this is the right color rock. We don't need agitite. We need... Oh, my flashlight doesn't go that far. All right, let's put the brakes on. Let's see what we got. Material. Valkite. It's the right stuff. There. Oh, there it is. And there's our friend the pickaxe. I guess we need to be connected to the ship, huh? Hey, Death. Welcome. I'm just gathering some more Valkite so that we have material to build with. Hey, Lingen. I was just talking about you. I'm gathering materials so that we can work on the station. You know what? I've seen so many capital ships that are just like that. Papa's was like that. Freelancers is like that. Yours is like that. I mean, it makes total sense. Just get it out of the capital ship builder and build it afterwards. But so I've been thinking quite a bit about. Did any of you guys come in? No, not yet. About the station, and there you can see the profile that I made, and I think if we turn that into a full hexagon all the way around, that's just a cross section, I guess, for the shape based on the picture that I was using. And then it'll have on 4 of the sides, it should have some big docking arms that come up and come down where we can dock and run up them. I will be on tomorrow. Your English presentation? Aren't you Swedish? And what are you doing a presentation in English? Oh, you gotta. I'd say I could answer your questions, but I don't think I speak or write in proper English. My wife is the one to ask about English. We have 3 children that are all taught at home, and she teaches English. She does a lot of teaching for other homeschooled kids. That was a subject I was not good with. I got a message from Django today. He and I spoke a little bit on Discord earlier today, trying to convince him to come out also to help us. He has his own variety of upgrade ship, like the care package there. His is different, but he has one that's similar to that, where it's just a T1 frame with lots of space for upgrades. My English, I've heard you speak on your English seems just fine to me. If you want to learn German, you have to talk to Damage. He's the German. All right, this is another big rock, right? That's what I'm saying. For me, I speak English. I wanted to say I'm English, but I'm not English. I speak American. It's not proper English, I suppose. I enjoy reading German. Not that I can actually read it, but it's just funny to see how long the words can get in German. You can just cram them all together into new words. I watch German football. That's about it. And I like German cars. Does German have gendered nouns and verbs like French and Spanish? Everything's gendered. That always killed me. I supposedly learned French in high school, but I can never wrap my head around gendered words. I have a blueprint somewhere. Somebody gave it to me of this little, I guess it's technically a ship, but it's only a few pieces with a transponder stuck on it. I always thought it would be great to drop that at these, but then the transponder would give away my position because everybody could see it. So I don't... Damage is going to show me how to set up an iSand that'll let me set waypoints here so I stop losing these. My issue is I will fill the ship, run in there, drop off the stuff, turn around, and never find the same asteroid again. I wonder if you can see lights very far. What is, can you set something near the asteroid that makes it more obvious? A flashing light? Something you just unweld or unbolt from your ship that makes it super easy to find? I wonder if it used something like cargo lock beams or rangefinders that sent out a beam that you could see real easy. Yeah, so nothing shines very far. I want something to be where I'm looking around and I can see whatever I've done. Whatever I've left behind, I want to be able to see from a distance so I can find it again. Yeah, the lighting in this game Like this lighting is, oh wow, I just whipped that around fast. This lighting's fine, but when your ability to put lights on things, it's not so great. And that might be a server performance things, because I think additional lighting sources are hard on computer resources, generating light from different angles. The more light sources, the harder it is to process. Oh, okay. One chunk done. I feel like the ship's probably almost full. Oh no, we got a lot of time. I'm pretty excited today. I ordered an office chair to replace what I've got, and it is supposed to come today. It is the most expensive office chair I've ever purchased, and I choked when I saw the price. It's it's called a Leap 2 by Steel Case, and I bought a refurbished one because brand new ones were far too expensive. A new one is like 1,300 US dollars, which is utterly insane for an office chair, but it's supposed to be a fantastic chair, and it comes with a 12-year warranty. 12 years. So I found a refurbished one, and it was half the price and still had a 12-year warranty on it. So I will have the ability to replace anything in the chair for the next 12 years. My issue is I'm too tall and heavy for a normal office chair. And I'm not that tall or that heavy, but they're only ever rated for people that are under 6 feet tall and under 200 pounds. A normal office chair, that's the rating, is 6 feet and 200 pounds. To get above that, you've got to go to like a really high-end chair, like a Secret Labs, or I'm blanking on the names, but some of the other big gaming chairs will hold a heavier, taller person. But I don't really like the gaming chairs where they're like recline back so I should sleep in the chair. I don't use any of those features. I just sit in it and play games, so I don't need any of the reclining or the other crazy features like built-in footrests. So this is more of a standard office chair, but it's designed. You like the laying back part? I mean the chair I have now has that, and I've never used it from the day I had it. This is my second year with this chair. I only ever get 2 years out of a chair before they start to fall apart. I figured out what was comfortable, and I have not touched the lean setting since. I don't watch TV or anything. I don't watch movies in my chair. I just sit at the desk and either play games or other standard computer work, 3D modeling, those sorts of things. But I'm always sitting up. I don't ever lay back. But this new chair is supposed to keep your legs on the desk. I have a bucket that sits in front of me with a pad on the top of it if I want to put my feet up. But other than that, I don't ever put my feet up. Hey, Pipper. Welcome. You're missing exciting stuff out here. Yes. That's going fantastic. Back to what I enjoy doing. Who joined me? So let's see. Out here currently is Freelancer and Dirty Human, which is Death Sun on Twitter, and Lingen is also out here. So there's 4 of us currently, and I think Jongo might be coming out if I can convince him. Yeah, I just break office chairs. I've gone through. I only get about 15 to 18 months out of a chair before it breaks. The arms will start to get loose, and there's no amount of tightening. And it's just because I'm too heavy. It's not the shock. The shock that raises and lowers the chair doesn't even get used because I have it locked in position. But that's always what's rated for heavy people. But the rest of the chair, yeah. Well, I'll take all of it eventually, but I am peeling it like an orange. But the chair was supposed to take a couple of weeks. They don't refurbish it until you order it, because you can order the color of the chair, you can order how much padding is on the chair, you can order how the arms are and the padding is. Yeah, I was thinking about trying to make a little asteroid tug. Yeah, I don't need all the adjustments. Once the chair is set, I don't ever touch it. I don't need a headrest because I don't lay back. I've not played with cargo beams much, Paper. I'd have to. Anytime I've ever seen them, they're on a ship that's like forked, so the cargo lock beams can go from both sides. I suppose a tractor beam would work. Shouldn't I be able to tow it back in there with a tractor beam? So Sylvester, I got it from a place called Crandall Office Furniture, I think, and it's the chair that I'm getting is refurbished, but it, like I said, has a 12-year warranty from them, and it was literally half the price of a new one, and they had a bunch of different ones. This portion of the video is sponsored by Crandall Office Chairs. No, not a sponsor. But I was surprised by the price of their chairs. You live in the EU. I mean, they ship stuff in the EU. Don't you guys have FedEx or DHL? Right, but for cargo lock beams, you have to be able to go all the way around the ship, correct? I've only ever seen them in ships that have open frames, kind of like that. I've seen those haulers that are like just a frame, and I've also seen little ones that are like a fork that goes around the asteroid. I'm sure, Sylvester, that there's somebody there that does it. I'll let you know how good the chair is when it gets here. I'm also getting a new desk. A standing and sitting desk. Oh, that's right. You guys have to import like you have that value added tax that makes everything more expensive. The only requirement is that beams are offset 90 degrees of each other and at least 3 to lock. So you can have 3 of them. Do they have to be across from one another, or can you have them? You have to come at it from 3 different angles, correct? Is that what you're getting at? Not just 2, it has to be at least 3 angles. Yeah, treadmill's another thing I've been looking at, and they're stupid expensive. Three different angles of greater than 90 degrees. So I'd have to build an entire ship for that. Which I'm not against. Nope. You think I could mount 3 of them on the bottom of this? Underneath it somewhere? And fly over it? And drag them back in? Yeah, Sylvester. Treadmills, the best time to get treadmills is at least here. Just add beams. So one here and one there. But they're not 90 degrees from each other. That'll only give us 2. How do we... So you just do 3. 1, 2, 3. Correct? You want say mount it here, here, and one over here. Yes? And do we point them into the middle? Is that what you're saying? So this one should be like at a 45 this way and this way. Do they all supposed to point to the same place? So they will do letter T, one side's aim to center. So they don't need to point to the same place. They just need to catch the asteroid out here somewhere is what we're saying. And then I would just kind of back it into there. All right, so if I have one here in the center, that's just pointing straight out somewhere, and then I point 2 other ones this direction, right? We're gonna mount one over there somewhere, and it's gonna point towards the center. And I mount one here that points towards the center, and then there's one in the center that points this way. They don't have to meet, but they all kind of have to point this direction and hit the asteroid. Am I understanding you right, paper? Oh, yeah, they make some desk treadmills. I go to the gym in the morning and walk on the treadmill. And do other stuff, obviously, but I do that early in the morning. Mostly because I hate mornings, and it's easier if I'm not at home to kind of change my attitude. Yeah, I have a unique thing with work. I guess I'm technically retired, so I don't have to go to work any longer. I was injured while at work, and they forced me to retire, and so I have to deal with that instead. You never sure why people take walks inside? Well, because is it not do you not have winter where you live? I walk outside when it's nice, but like it last week it was 10 degrees Fahrenheit, which would be like -10 Celsius. You can't go walking when it's that cold or it's snowy, or here it rains and snows at the same time, which is a wonderful phenomenon where you get ice everywhere. Then you can't walk outside in the snow. I mean, you could, but I'm just saying that's not going to happen. Oh no, nope. I don't. Where I live, we get lots of snow, and oh yeah, for the summer, we have walking paths right down the street from where I live. So I will walk. I used to walk 8 miles in the morning. It takes me not quite 2 hours. I would walk 4 miles out and back, and I enjoy doing that. That's an easy walk. But in wintertime, I go to the gym. I get much sweatier walking outside here. We live right near one of the Great Lakes, and the humidity gets pretty awful here. Excellent. I will check Discord. There's paper. Alright, let me open up the browser window so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Open in browser. I liked it better just straight up my... What else did I call you? I think I've always tried to call you Pepa. Beam, right? Oh, you're saying I stick up a beam out there. I get it. You want me to actually mount beams out there. That would work. That would be... Oh, could I make them slide? So when I wanted to do that, they slid off of that? That would be amazing. Is that possible? Can I make these beams that you're talking about here? Make them slide back in here when I'm not using them? I'm sorry if I called you something else, Pepa, but I don't remember actually doing it. What did I call you? What do you mean it won't work? Come on, you guys are wonderful SSC builders. It needs a frame. What needs a frame? So the cargo lock beams won't work if they're not welded to the frame of the ship? Okay, what about instead of sliders, what if we did hinges? Do they function the same way? So what is the problem? That the ship, it's not recognized as part of the frame? I'm assuming that's the problem. Oh, I know you don't like moving parts. Moving parts are a challenge. And I know they break things. Yeah. Okay, so they're just not strong enough for that, is the issue. Okay, I see people use... these are all ideas. I don't know if they're right or wrong. I see people use turntables in ships all the time. Could you mount the beams to a turntable and have them rotate out? Well, yeah. I like when they turn around and shoot people's ships, but I've seen them used lots of times. Oh, it goes up and down so much better than it used to. Look at that. I still get this floating thing where it drifts a lot. Is there any way to stop the drift? All right. Well, I suppose we'll have to do something. Yeah, it's probably just the way that it's probably just the way that I fly, that I get out of the seat before it's done drifting. I could hit reverse or the opposite direction to make it stop, but yeah, I thought there might need to be YOLO that deals with that. But It's neither here nor there. Not just YOLO. What else we got? Oh, yeah, cargo lock frame is necessary. Right, Papa's saying we can mount 2 beams out here, 2 arms, one out here and one out here, and have cargo locks on them. That we could put a cargo lock here, and if we had an arm sticking out, we could have a cargo lock and an arm sticking out and a cargo lock. What, I would come out here and I would grab these and I would just back them back into the safe zone. Yeah, you guys tend to be right. Hold on, I got a Discord message. All right. It might be smart to, because it would be kind of neat if we just hauled the asteroids back in and did it in there. Just process them right in the safe zone. Then we don't ever have to worry about filling up the ship. We can just constantly move stuff straight into the station inventory. Beams for hauling. Yeah, so you'd have to put some long beams out there. That it would just be it would just turn itself into a hauling ship. Yeah, I used to call you Paper. And is it a so is it like just like the word paper, or it's paper? Paper. Hey Jongo, welcome aboard. Yeah, that was actually pretty funny. You hit that thing so hard. It went flying like a billiard ball. That was that was absolutely crazy. I didn't know an asteroid could move like that. He was whipping around in there in his little ship, and he hit one of these asteroids, and it flew halfway across the safe zone. We're doing good. Well, I'm doing good. I can't speak for them. I'm doing good. Paper. All right. I will. So no R in the end. Like PayPal without the other paper. Yeah, I can do that. Well, it sounds like you guys have got a handle on it. If you could, when you get in, finish the station and then whip one of those up in space, that'd be great. You know, you guys are tremendous builders. It shouldn't take that long outside of the SSC. Just kidding. But I do want to put in a ship hangar here, more to store ships than to build them. I still want to do all my building in space because that's really what makes it hard. Building your ship in space is It's way different. But I'd like the SSC here, so like Lingen streams Starbase SSC builds, and he just out here he doesn't have access to the SSC. He could go to the PTU. All right, Pepa, I look forward to seeing you again. Get yourself a cheap ship and come out here. You'll enjoy it, I swear. It's cheating when you come out with a Arc Spark ship. That's definitely cheating. Look at that, a naked asteroid. I do like having the capital ships around. So once we get so much of this stuff in the station inventory, we can just trade it to one of you guys. Sell it to you at a discount, and you can go sell it. Or use it. Yeah, there's lots of stuff that I think would be fun to have out here. Like I want to put a gas station in. Not just a ship that holds propellant, but something that actually looks like a space fuel station. It would have to be a ship, but you know, have it hanging out here, and it's just as big as can be, but it has like gas pumps on, propellant pumps on it that you fly up to, right? So I mean, and it could be, I think ideally it would be the absolute maximum size of a ship. And I think a lot of these ideas, they need to be planned out in the SSC. Even if we build them in space, it's nice to have a kind of overarching idea what the shape is going to be and if it's going to work before we start building. So I love that you guys are already familiar with the SSC. That way we can figure out what the frame shape needs to be before we just start randomly building stuff in space. Yeah, but I think you run out of bolts and you're gonna run out of bolts or voxel volume before it gets that big. Because I think things like propellant tanks take a lot of voxel volume. Yeah, I think that's where the limit's going to come in, is voxel volume and part numbers. But if one of you wants to come up with the I wouldn't, if you're going to build it in the SSC, I would not do any sort of detail work, but just kind of the overarching design for us to follow, because some of it might not be possible if you get down into the nitty-gritty. I've never had any frame rate issues, and my computer's only kind of middle of the line. Like Starbase is fairly easy on the computer. You can run it on a hunk of junk. But I am at the limit of what this computer can do with the streaming and the recording. No, it doesn't hardly need to move at all. Like it only needs the one thruster. We'll build it essentially where we want it, but just have manual thrusters on it or a couple of box thrusters in each direction so we can keep it where we want it. Yeah, it could take forever to go from where we build it to where it ends up, but as long as it's a real ship and doesn't despawn, it would be awesome. But the trick is it has to be built in a way that it's easy to refuel the propellant tanks so that somebody can just stand on it, take all the prop tanks off, refill them, and stick them back on. I know it doesn't look like it, but there is ice mixed in this. So there you go. There's some few ice mixed in this, and if you head away from origin, wonder what I wonder why. I would have to ask Happy about that. I was talking to him earlier, but it kills your frame rate just from the number of propellant tanks, or something in propellant tanks that's inherently resource intensive or hard on the server. I wonder how many propellant tanks you can put on it before you have issues. Yeah, but how many is too many? Is it 10 or is it 60? You know, can we plan the ship to minimize that? You know, if you think about it, is it the number of prop tanks, or is it medium prop tanks, or is there some specific thing? Oh, you think it's because they're constantly the gas network that runs it, that you think it's constantly changing and it just has to update all the time? It's the number. So you definitely want the largest prop tank possible. Is there a cap? Is there a capital ship prop tank that you can? I guess that has to be on a capital ship. You know, or is it only large prop tanks that you can use? Is that the biggest thing you can use? Because capital parts need to be on a capital ship. Canitor did a thing on refueling a ship. For standard gas, there's no large standard prop tank. Well, I mean, we just have this, right? This large propellant tank is the largest we can get. I don't remember what it holds. It's 1 million. Is it 1 million, 4 million? I don't remember. Is it 8? Is it 8 million units of propellant that it holds? 12 million. And I wonder what the threshold. Well, if we're building it in space, you'll know when you start reaching the threshold. But can you fit 10 of them on there without an issue? That's what I was thinking. Can you fit 10 of them on there without an issue? And because I've seen, big prop ships before, but they always have like 30 tanks. Yeah, so I guess the trick would be to make it as big as we can before we start causing ourselves issues. That looks like the wrong kind. Not close enough. That looks like agitate. No, we're good then. Excellent. So if we shoot for 10 larges, or do you want to aim for something like 20? Well, the other option is to use a factory hall. You know, put something. Where's the station? Put something out here in a factory hall right on the edge. Yeah, aim for more, and if it starts causing problems, we just start deleting the tanks that from the inside out, the ones that don't change how it looks. Yeah, I've seen, and I used to do it. The factory hall is really the only place to have any sort of shared storage. $40 medium, 34 big. The FPS is lower than normal. 20 on big ships was never a problem. You don't have access to station systems. Well, let's fix that. I thought I gave everybody access to... Nope, it's not in this menu. It's in the Friends menu. Yeah, factory halls, last I messed with them, they still had issues with... I've given you everything I got as far as permissions, Lingen. I mean the refueling thing on Origin. Oh, yeah. I didn't have stuff well, I had stuff that would duplicate in one spot. So you'd, because I was trying to build just a refueling station, and you'd put down a prop tank, and 2 minutes later there were 2 prop tanks, or 3 prop tanks, or 10 prop tanks stacked all in the same spot. And you had to like take them apart, and sometimes they would disappear, sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes the stuff would get welded to space, and you couldn't do anything with it. It was just floating there. You couldn't interact with it at all. So I've not had good luck with hangar halls, but I know some people have. The only thing I would do a hangar hall for would be for shared fuel storage or crates, to bolt crates to a floor so there was fuel storage there. But we could probably just build a big crate ship that had a couple hundred crates on it. I mean, what the one we're using right now, I think, is 180. 225 Bruiser? Bruiser. Is it bruiser like a bruise? Like the injury on your body, bruiser? Or is it bruiser? Like 2 syllables. 225 prop tanks is... That's an insane amount. Bruiser. Alright, perfect. I can do that. Happy has a 2,000 crate ship. Yeah, that 2,000 crates, that's really just a big cube of crates, and the rest of the voxel volume is engines. Yeah, I think these days 800 crates is nothing, right? It's there seems to be a big gap between that 1,000, 1,200 crate level, and then it just jumps straight to storage at 2,000 crates. You don't see many 1,500, 1,600 crates. There seems to be a an imaginary ceiling in that area. So 2.7 billion prop. That's probably more than we really need. Yeah, it's funny to see the escalation of ship sizes. It goes from what you start with a laborer, and there's a bunch of ships that are everybody calls starter ships that have 20 or 30 crates, and then it immediately jumps to like 300. There's a couple hundred crate ships, but most of them jump straight into the multiple hundreds, and then after that you're at 1,000 crates. And that's because I think that because the money in this game is essentially irrelevant, that it's easy to spend a couple hours, get a couple of million, and then and then once you get a few million, you can just collect your resources and have your 500 crate system. You're down to 22 million. I haven't seen that on this character at all. I think I had 1,500 credits when I came out here. Yeah, I have a little over 1 million now, and that was because Scenario sent me a bunch of money. He gifted me some in-game currency. Yeah, I like that 3, 4, 500 crate range. That seems to be the biggest ship I'd want. Me? What's my current ship? This one here is 96 crates. I will up it to 100. I can fit crates here and here, and that'll get me to 100, which was my goal, to get to 100 crates. Yeah, it is. But you don't need a ton of crates when you're doing it by hand. Like, you just don't fill them as fast. I mean, and I'm only mining 2 steps outside the safe zone, so I like this. If I had a laser, we'd have gone. It would take you 2 minutes to break up an asteroid like this. But I don't know. Something about hitting it with a pickaxe is. I like it. Right, and now that you have caps with essentially 10,000 slots, those giant crates are kind of unnecessary. The only thing you use them for is storage in your ship hangar. I really dislike that you have to put that on your ship. Yeah, you could use it as a transfer ship. I can see you using it as a 1,000 crate shuttle, essentially. What I'd love to see is somebody use that autonomous follow function on a couple of those big ships and make a train that's 2 or 3 ships long, just chugging along at 25 kilometers a second. You're planning on that? I think you can only get like 1,000 meters before YOLO starts to screw up, so you'd have to have somebody in those trains to keep them running safely. Right, I'm saying go slow, not 100 meters a second. You know, I think if you go 25 or 30, that my level of patience is higher than most. I saw somebody had theirs out of a looked like a pyramid, which was pretty neat. I think it would be neat to make it look like a Borg cube from Star Trek. It kind of suits the game, and you'd be able to hide this in there without too many problems, but make the outside look all make it look like it's all haphazard on the outside. I was wondering if you could make drone ships that mined. Could you, if you can make them shoot at somebody, can you make them mine an asteroid? Have we gotten to that point yet? You think you can make drones mine asteroids and then return to you so you can... The thing is, you don't know when they're full. You'd have to... have a way to know when they're full. You want to try what, Django? The mining drones? I had some thoughts on knowing when they're empty. I haven't ever played with it, but there's a way to set crate priority, correct? So that it loads a specific crate first. Well, could you set it on a capital ship instead of a hauler? Could you do it from a cap ship? It's boring to let them mine. Well, mining in general is pretty boring. I think this way of mining is far more exciting than the lasers. Though some of those laser patterns are pretty cool. Oh, I got you. So 1,000 meters. 1,000 meters. Wow, I have 11 people in here. That's not normal. Whoever is in here, say hello. Welcome. We are out at the edge. Well, you can see I'm 268 kilometers from origin, and we're right at the edges of zones 2 and 3. Several of us have hopped out here. We're building a station and some ships, and we're doing it all what I call hard style. I don't know if that's the term for it, but we're just starting. So we got a little station. A couple of guys have come out with their capital ships. That's a capital ship there, and that's another capital ship hiding over there you can't see. That's my ship that I'm building. There's no SSC, so everything's being built live in space, which has its own technical difficulties. And I currently only mine using a pickaxe. So everything I've done up to this point has been gathered this method, which is the slow way, but I find it more rewarding than the lasers. My ship there has 96 crates, so I have to do this for 96 crates, then go run over there and empty it and come back. But whoever is here, thank you for watching. Jump in the chat, give us your opinions, your criticisms. Let me know how the audio is, or if you can or can't hear me. But we're currently talking about autonomous drones and autonomous following via YOLO. Yeah, Brucer, you would have to empty. You'd have to have them come back and essentially wait for you to empty them. But I really don't think that would be too bad. Is there a limit to the number of drones? Right. You have to be 1,000 meters. After that, they de-render and the YOLO no longer works. But is there a way to keep them from going too far? You think you can go further if you're hosting those ships, Lingen? And damage, you're saying 4 is the limit? And what about collision avoidance from each other? Do they crash into each other or into other things? Oh yeah, I hadn't thought about ice sand, just keeping them within a variable distance from an XY position. Good, so they can avoid each other. Kamikaze sounds like a fantastic method uh, of defense in a situation like this. Now, let's see, you can't really do it from a capital ship because of the safe zone eats up most of your space. So you'd have to do it from a big, I suppose that's where you want your 1,500 crate hauler, would be I'm gonna call it the mothership. And let's call it, no, I was gonna call it master slave, but that's not appropriate any longer. So mothership, you'd have the mothership, and then the drones would come back to that hauler. Interesting. Well, it'd be nice to launch the drones from. Yeah, I get you. I was just saying if you could launch drones from within the station safe zone against pirates, it would be fantastic. I was watching Happy's EOSCon stream the other day, and he mentioned something about using little speeders with torpedoes on them. Instead of launching the torpedoes from far away, you just make a target that's really hard to hit. minor armor and launch from point blank. So with stations, we don't have siege yet, but I was thinking that the siege mechanic required the capital ship sieging the station to be at least the same class as the station. Yeah, there's some sort of tracking laser that gets used. I've not messed with torpedoes, but I know there's lots of stuff you can do with torpedoes. Hold on one second, guys. Let me, looks like my new chair has arrived. It weighs 70 pounds, which is nuts. I wonder if it's in one piece or if I have to. Alright, let me finish this, and then I'll run back in the safe zone, and my office is upstairs in our house. I'll have to run downstairs and get the chair. The other thing that was cool about these chairs is you could actually choose the upholstery that you wanted. Oh, so we're full there. Perfect. You could choose the upholstery. There was like, I want to say 20, 30 different colors. So I got to pick the chair exactly what I wanted. Alright, into the safe zone. Just a warning, if anybody decides to fly the Gaia that's over there, it has lasers on it, and it is a perfectly fine mining ship, but it goes really, really fast, but doesn't turn very well. So uh, give it a test run in the safe zone. I immediately crashed it whenever I first flew it, and I mean immediately. I went like 2 kilometers and crashed it. All right, so let's see. Everything here is good. Let's empty my inventory. Let's get those out of there. That's it. All right. Give me one moment. Let me change this to back in just a moment. All right. And then, all right, you guys should see back in just a moment. And that should be true. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, I'm still figuring out this chair. It has parts that move all over the place. The arms move up and down, in and out. They twist. It's crazy. And the wheels are like roller skates, moving all over the place. I'm gonna say it's already worth the price I paid. It's so comfortable. All right. If anybody lives in the U.S. and needs a new office chair, this was far too much money, but it's amazing. Did I miss anything? It's a max speed. Oh yeah, you were talking about the Gaia. This is a Steelcase Leap version 2. It was I would never pay the retail price on this thing. I think retail is like $1,200 or $1,300, and I couldn't convince my wife that I needed that chair. There's no way. All right, asteroid. It's behind us somewhere. Right there. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, wrong button. The chair I had was such crap. And this thing weighs 70 pounds. 70 pounds. It came half assembled, so like I just had to put the seat cushion. I had to slide it onto the seat back frame. What? See, look how quick that rolls. Jiminy Christmas. That's a bit obnoxious. I turned those levers down, I think. We're still tied in, yeah. Which one of these is data? Yeah, if you live in the US and you need a new office chair, hit me up and I'll give you the website of where I got this thing. This is a refurbished chair. It's got everything is new. Like I wouldn't know this chair was ever owned by anybody else. It's got brand new cushioning, all new fabric, all new wheels. The only thing that's actually refurbished is that's reused is the steel frame. This is all right. Rotational pitch. Nope, we're looking for that's up down. Yaw. Roll. Up. Tab to get my feet. Oh my gosh. I suck at this game. It sounds so yeah, you might have a steel case. There's got to be. It's got to be an international company. It's a huge company. Um, but the place I got it for is called Right. This is the compare. The same chair. I could have got the Herman Mill that Aerons for that same price because that's what I paid for this chair, and they compare this to the Aeron as far as quality. The Aeron has that weird mesh backing, which I don't like. But I looked at the Herman Miller Aerons specifically. That's better. I don't use roll very often, so it can be freaking low. Put it on as low as that lever will go instead of... You're Swedish. You can just go to IKEA for everything, right? Or how does Swedish say IKEA? Yeah, they do breathe better, but they end up, after a while, the bottoms of the chairs, the seat of the chair, the mesh starts to stretch, and then you're sitting on the... Then you're sitting... That asteroid looks oh, I bet it's Death Sun was out there earlier with his mining ship cheating. He was being a cheater and not doing it the hard way. IKEA. IKEA? My wife was reading some article about words that Americans mispronounce, which is, I would just assumed was an assumption that all the words. Like, no, like, IKEA. IKEA? Not a long I, short I? IKEA. Close. I'm not Swedish. I'm not going to get any rolling. There's no rolling vowels. We say IKEA. That's what we call it. IKEA. Like IKEA. IKEA. I like knowing when I'm saying something wrong. Like, I own a Volkswagen, and I 100% know that Volkswagen is not the correct way to say it. It's got like an F at the beginning and a V in the middle instead. Yeah, folks, is it still a W in the middle, or do you make the V sound? Is it Volkswagen, or is it Volkswagen with the V sound in the middle? Oh, I just got a DM from somebody. Oh, Lingen. Okay, let's figure how to get the V sound. Let's turn my music down off for a second. Let's see if I can see if you guys can hear any of this. IKEA. IKEA. All right, let me see where that comes from. See if I can turn it up. Is that a browser? Game settings. This is, I think, the internet. Turn that up. See if IKEA. Can you guys hear that? It's not very loud. IKEA. 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 Does it mean anything? Like, is that a word that means anything, or is it just a proper noun, just a business name? Yeah, we call them Audis, not an Audi. And here, the word Porsche does not have the on the end. You drive a Porsche. Audi or Audi? The first one, the second one. Audi, Audi. Porsche, Porsche. Audi, not Audi. Audi. So it's Audi, like ow. So we call it an Audi. They always say it's an Audi. We say Audi. Is that a German company? Audi? There's another one we say. Like, there's a big company here that makes medicine that's Bayer, Bayer, but I think that ends up being Bayer. So she was reading an article that had a bunch of different stuff. It was funny because most of them were we in the USA wrong is that most of them were German words. Audi, Porsche, Volkswagen, Mercedes. Yeah, we call them Mercedes. Audis are sexy. Yeah, Audis are sexy. Ingvar Kamprad. So it's a made-up word. It makes sense. That's like Walmart. That's a family name. Walmart actually is the Waltons family. Yeah, Greenwich. We have a Greenwich here too, but it's spelled Greenwich. Bayer. Yeah, we call it Bayer. It's a type of aspirin here. But you guys say it like Bayer, correct? Like an E sound. Bayer. We use the A in the middle. It's Bayer. Yeah, I only know that uh, because of the soccer team that's also Bayer, and you also have Bayern. So, Django, you're English? Yeah, Bayern Munchen. But isn't there? There's also just a straight Bayer team, isn't there? I watch a lot of Bundesliga. So you're British. You have a lot of words, a lot of towns that have dumb names that you don't say right. Like, uh, let me think. Like Worcester, and you just call it Worcester, 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 but it's really Worcester, like the sauce. Here in the U.S., do you actually say Worcester? Do you actually put the Chester on the end? I thought it was like Worcester. You skipped all the letters in the middle. I watch an old BBC TV show called Time Team all the time. So I get to hear. So you guys use that J in ways that we don't use the J in the US. That J for me is when you guys use it as a pronunciation, I would call that badgern. Like J's are a hard sound. Worcestershire sauce? Yeah. Here there's a debate over how to say it. It's often called Worcestershire or Worcestershire. And I used to love that stuff, but I got COVID. And Time Team's an awesome show. You can the episodes are so similar yet slightly different that you can watch them all repeatedly and not remember, not know if you've seen it or not, because they're similar enough that you swear you've seen every scene before. But I love Worcestershire. I call it Worcestershire. But since COVID, I can't eat it on anything. I can't eat anything with onions or garlic in the past 16 months. It's been 16 months since I had COVID. And my taste and smell has not been the same since. Worcester sauce? My family calls it brown sauce, but you in England actually have something called brown sauce that's different. Which I don't know what brown sauce is, but it's not Worcestershire. Oh, I got a DM. Alright, let me turn my music off. Alright, Daddy sauce. Alright, what do we got? Bayern. So you get like a Y sound out of your J's, which I guess is pretty common other places. Um, Like J's or Y's in Spanish. That's just how Swedes would say it. Bayern. Bayern. Alright, I don't know how much stuff of this we need, but I know everything that in the station uses this stuff. So even though I'm only going to do part of the building, this is the part I like to do. Looks like we still got 10 people watching. Please say hello in the chat, join us. Let us know where you're from. I know I have a variety of places, countries that watch this stream. Somebody from Luxembourg watched it. Twitch gives you a breakdown on where people are. I guess it could have been a VPN, but Luxembourg had 2 viewers. I think it would take me a while to even find Luxembourg on a map. I know it's near Belgium. You work in Luxembourg? Maybe that's you that I see. It's as big as like a postage stamp, isn't it? It's near what? Germany and Belgium? It's kind of wedged in there. You say you work in Luxembourg, but where are you from? That sentence just made me assume you lived somewhere else. Oh, you watched the stream, so that's got to be you. I could look, but I think there was Russia in there. Germany and Poland are the 2 places outside of the U.S. that get me any views. You're Portuguese, living in France, working in Luxembourg. That's pretty crazy. I guess so. Here you guys have different countries, but here in the United States, we have states that are bigger than most of your countries. So I mean, we're across state lines here all the time. So I guess it's not that different in the EU. You guys are just a lot more government and over at this same geographical space. Yeah, but instead of states, which our states are all underneath one federal government. Yeah, the way the country, the United States was organized is a big debate over here, whether it was done poorly or that was a smart idea to give the states more power than the federal government. So I don't want to talk politics because people do argue those things, whether there should be how much power the federal government have over states. Right now, it's the federal government is supposed to fill all the gaps that can't be covered by a single state. So interstate travel, interstate commerce, the overall protection of the country, but they're not supposed to deal in the state's business. I never really thought about the sheer size of this place until I started visiting some smaller countries and realized you could drive across them in a couple of hours. Inverse politics to be mad about? Yeah, so I will. I decided early on that I would not complain about the faults that Starbase currently has, and I would work within the rules of what's currently working. So I'm not going to complain about Inventory 2.0 or the slow development process. We're just going to work within the rules that we have, and uh, and just pray that Frozen Byte picks back up. The game is functional as it is. Yes, it has holes, and yes, it has bugs. Some of those bugs are hilarious, and some of them are frustrating. I think they're going to come back too soon. I think the biggest thing as a player base we need to do is just start playing again. People just need to start playing, and we need to start playing in groups. Right now, the biggest group of people is the SSC. You know, it's hard to find another endo, even at Origin 2, where every player starts, and there's the most people. You never run into more than one person at a time. When you were all here yesterday, and there was 4 of us standing in one spot, that was the most endos I had ever seen in one spot outside of EOSCon. So I love the fact that you guys are out here working alongside me, doing something together. And I wish the other 7 or 8 of you that are watching would hit me up on Discord. I should probably put my Discord name in here so you guys can actually do that. Let me see if I can do that. I'm not very smart at this. Let me see if I can do that. Shift enter. What is my Discord name? It's the numbers at the end I don't know. Uh, there it is. PowerPoint. Number. I hear thrusters of a ship. That's good. 2958. Let's see if that will that. Did that work? No, didn't. It's off the screen. Damn it. Somebody's still chatting. I can't see just yet. Give me a second. Oh. Ah, damn. This is not ideal. We'll have to figure this out. It's there, but that's not ideal. All right, what do we got? They've been quiet for quite a while. Well, what I'm hoping is that they are working on it and aren't going to. Oh, I know that ship. Where's Death Sun? Oh, he's hanging on. That they're working on it quietly, and they're not going to tell us they're working on it till they have something to show. So that's what I'm praying they're doing. Somebody is doing something. Oh, that was a jump. Somebody is doing something somewhere, and they're not going to tell us until there's something to release. I know Lori was on Discord the other day and said that the biggest issue was monetary, not technology. So when people need to start buying the game, or they need to put a subscription on it, or they need to sell cosmetics or something. Yeah, change your colors. I don't. As long as you're not spamming in the chat, I don't really care what happens. I discourage large amounts of swearing, but I'm an adult and can handle some of it. my thought for the stream, yeah, right? I'd give them money if they were going to work on it again. I realize that it costs money to do stuff like this. The fact that they were trying to have a lifetime game is strange to me when subscription models are now the norm. I mean, they could charge $5 a month, and that's a third of what everybody else charges. The standard is 15. If they charged $5 a month, everybody would be happy because they were paying a third of what you would pay to play Eve or Warcraft or what else it was. Yeah, I would buy cosmetics. Um, right. I would say it would have worked had the game been $100, but at $11, which is what I paid for this second account, $11 is nothing to a company. You figure somebody programming, that $11 pays for him to sit at his desk for 10 minutes at most. I've paid for lots of games monthly, but I was shocked when they said this was going to be a one-time purchase, and they may have to walk that back at some point. And to be honest, I'd be okay with it. Well, right, who's going to pay $100? But in this day and age, $100 is only what, 6 months of $15 a month subscriptions, and you'd gladly pay the $15 for 6 months. Yeah, there's quite a few ways to do it. I wish if they do go to I'm going to call it a microtransaction model, then it just needs to be cosmetics. It needs to be pre-made decals that don't hurt your decal numbers. It needs to be cosmetic armors, or I don't know, paint. They could sell various colors of custom paint. I would buy all of that stuff. If I could have exactly the right colors for my ship, I would pay a couple of bucks for cans of paint, or can you imagine 10 cans of paint, the exact color that you wanted? And it was, say, $2.50 or $5. Right? There's lots of things in this game that need to change, but I think this game has so much potential. My thought, and I'm still looking at it, but I can't find the right person. I got to find a graphic artist who's into 3D modeling, but was to make an avatar. You know how a lot of Twitch streamers all sit at their desk with their webcam in their face? Well, you guys don't want to see my face, so I thought about getting an avatar overlay that looked like an endo and have him sit at a desk and talk to you instead of me. But I can't find the right artist that can make an endo that's worthwhile. Or they want a lot of money. Oh no, I'm just an average Joe. just an average guy. It's not that, but I think that having an endo overlaid playing at a desk would be funny. Yeah, I can do CAD and I can do some modeling, but I can't do the modeling that's required for a an avatar. It has to be drawn, and then it has to have the bones installed, and then the joints have to be rigged, and it's just not something I can do. Oh, we're full. If you can hear me, Death, I'll only be a minute. If you just want to stay and keep chopping, I'll empty the ship right back up. I always have to put my pickaxe away because it's well within my ability to pickaxe chop that chair in half. So if any of you do know 3D modeling artists that would be willing to work on a really strange project, I'd be interested in talking to them. Take your time, Django. All right, stop. Brakes. Empty ship. Empty. We'll leave the whatsoever in there. In there. Right. I do a lot of my own designs in Fusion. I use a 3D printer quite often, just for my own giggles, but I spend a lot of time on them. So I could do CAD, straight lines, but I can't do Blender, and I would never be able to rig bones into a model, figure out all the joints. But I'm still looking for the right person. But if anywhere in that industry could point me at somebody that might be willing to help, that'd be great. Other than that, I'm going to Fiverr, and a lot of those places want $400 or $500, and it's some Pakistani guy that barely speaks English and has no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just not going to get the product that I want in the end. Not that the guy's not a good artist. That's not the question. But I need somebody that's willing to work with me on exactly what I want. And a lot of the people on Fiverr are like, you get 2 revisions and then we're done. And I don't want to blow $300-400 and then not get what I want. I found somebody within the Starbase community that does logos that used to work for Frozen Byte and did a lot of art in the game. And he's working on redesigning the Farpoint logo so that it fits within the game realm. I can make it out of plates to put it on ships, and it's the same artistic style that the game has. So I'm looking forward to that. I have to upgrade my equipment. The revision thing on Fiverr is dumb. I've gotten some good results from stuff from Fiverr, but charging me $20 every time you change some little thing is just frustrating. So, but there's got to be some people in the Starbase community that either are 3D graphic modeling artists or know someone. I need to find somebody that does video editing as well, because I'd like to make essentially old style car commercials for ships that are for sale, just because I think it would be funny. And we'd have commercial breaks on my stream for 15 or 30 seconds trying to sell you spaceships for whoever wanted it. Right? It would be kind of funny. And somebody could submit videos of what they want, but I want them to be, I don't want it to just be a video of the ship working. I want it to be like a car commercial. And every, I don't know, half an hour or an hour on my stream that we'd spit out a 15-second, 30-second commercial while I go get a drink of water kind of thing. Because I do want to make this stream a lot more interesting than just me chopping asteroids. Like the fact that you guys, you're right, instead of the be right back screen, there would be a car commercial. Or we could just make stupid commercials where they're trying to sell you, I don't know, an upgraded bolting tool. I just think those things would be funny. But it takes somebody that does video editing pretty well. And I don't want the commercials to take a year to make either. Like, they don't have to be the world's greatest videos, but they just need to be kind of funny. Alright, we have stripped it. Oh, does my helper leave? No, there he is. It's upside down. News channels and stuff? It could be. It could be. And that's why I thought about the 3D endo model. I could use him in commercials for an animator if the model was done correctly to begin with. But all of that requires, you have to pay somebody to do a lot of that. I don't mind coughing up a little money, but people do, their time is valuable. So it's either has to be somebody that does that and plays the game and does it in their spare time, or you have to pay somebody to do it. Right? That's the thing, is it's time. It's effort. And in the commercials, we could advertise other streams if they were scheduled. Anything's possible, but I just have to find the right kind of people. Yeah, I don't know how that works. If I spend the money on that sort of stuff as opposed to as an income, I don't know how that would work. Yeah, because I had no intention of ever monetizing this stream. Sure, if I get 1,000 viewers, we might think about it, but this isn't really for me making money. It's to make Starbase better. Right, making up-to-date things. That's why I didn't want to do news. That's why I thought car commercials would be funny. The ships don't change. Like we could do the Surfacer, or some of the other ships that are fairly standard. Oh right, but if I write it as expenses, I still have to do taxes. It's just not going to change my income. But then it's a business, and right now this is just me playing a video game. There might be some way to pay somebody with bits, but I don't know. Right. There's a hassle if you're going to do donations, but the U.S. government wants to know every penny that you touch, so I can't just ignore that, because anything you do in Twitch, they generate in the U.S. what we call a W-2, which is a statement of earning, which they also supply to the federal government. So the government knows that I made money through Twitch, and then I have to make sure and claim it. So it's a big deal. If we could find another way to pay them, it'd be great, but the biggest thing is finding the artist first. I found somebody that was interested in doing it, but he wants $400 and 2 months just to even for a first sketch, which I don't know about. No, for the 3D modeling. The videos, I mean, even with my crappy video editing skills, I think I could put together something. Find somebody with a good car commercial voice. You got your ship still here somewhere? All right. I'm gonna go dump this off. Go find us another rock, another Valkite rock, and I'll go dump this stuff off. Yeah, I could make a business for Twitch, but it's do I really want to get into that right now? Because right now it's just a game. As soon as it becomes a business, then it's work, and I have to make sure and treat it as such. Right now it's me playing a video game with a bunch of my friends where I talk a lot. Right? I I think the Starbase player pool that's out there, that people that want to play Starbase. Right, there's not that many people that watch. Actually right now there's 10 people watching my stream, it says. And that's the most I have ever had, except when somebody from another bigger stream. Why are all of these partial stacks? From another stream dropped in and brought a bunch, but they all left immediately. So, right? 13 is great. And it's right. Last night was my worst night ever. I only had, it was me and, was that Death Sun? Was he the one that I was on with me last night? And it's just one person. All right, now I got to find him. But me having consistently 10 viewers is, but I think there's a lot of viewers out there. I think there's a lot of people that want Starbase to succeed. Where are you? Oh, I didn't know you were still on. I need to make it a habit to raid other streams. That's just not been my habit up to this point. And I need to do better at that. Where the hell did you go, Death Sun? Oh, space is so big and I lose people. And they don't, his ship doesn't have a transponder. I had my average was 1 yesterday. It was the strangest thing because I normally try to stream twice. Oh, there he is. Did you find a rock, Death Sun? Yeah, yesterday was strange. Usually try to do 2 streams. I tried to do one at 2 o'clock my time, which is what we started today. I tried to do at least 2 hours. We'll probably go a little longer than that today. And then I do another one 8 or 9 o'clock in U.S. time, 8 or 9 p.m. in U.S. time. And last night was just dead. There was no one on. He was right there. Where'd he go? Damn it. There's freelancer shit. Where did Dirty Human go? My YOLO is working now? It's on again, huh? That'll fix it. That's right. Problem solved. New problem is I keep losing Dirty Human. Okay, he's right. Oh, there's this. At least know where to go now. He flicks on his transponder for a second. Down here somewhere. Yeah, that was I mean, you had a good stream. People are interested in that little race car you're making. Well, to Twitch, viewer count is the most important thing ever. Did you find a rock? Twitch, most of their metrics go off of concurrent viewers. No, they don't care. They don't seem to care at all about how many people. Awesome. Bastion's fine. We don't have a ton of it. I don't have a ton of it anyways. Right now we're just looking for the outside stuff. They don't. Twitch does not care about viewers of your like how many people have viewed your video at all. Yeah, I don't. The only reason I want more people is so that we can have more interesting streams. That little ship looks fantastic. I like that. Is that one of your designs, Death, or is that one you picked up somewhere? It's a great little ship. I want one of those little sharks like Pepe has. I think either that or I want like a motorcycle, something that looks like a motorcycle. Do you hear that 2 pickaxes thing? That's just exciting to me to have other people in the same place. I urge all of you who are watching, start playing again. Get out of the ship builder. Get out of the ship builder. Start playing Starbase. Right? Well, most people use like prop tanks as wheels, don't they? That's really the only round thing in the game. So those prop tanks end up getting used like wheels. Thank you for the follow, VNZ. I appreciate it. Me? Ha! The 3v2 tournament? No. No, I have not. I don't, Here, let me turn around, I'll show you. This? Can I see the other one? And that ship over there, it's a little tiny starter ship, are the only 2 ships that I own. They are. There's no 3v3 tournaments for me. I think it would be interesting, but that involves me building a ship. That's the set up to the current meta of whatever the game is. Are you a PvPer, Bedford? Oh, plasma thruster wings for reals? Yeah, those are pretty large though. You have to have a big motorcycle. Or a hot rod. Might be able to make like a monster truck looking thing. Yep. Now, are you PvP on the PTU or are you doing it in the live server? I know PvP is far more prevalent on the PTU where it doesn't mean anything. Now, are you pirating or just PvPing? It's consensual PvP. I don't care one way or the other. I think pirate's part of the game, so it's no judgment there. Consent only. You should always ask for consent. Yeah, that's cool. I have not messed with PvP. I should. But that requires the SSC. So this game is nice because it has a starter area that you cannot leave unless you essentially sign a waiver knowing that going outside of the safe zone will kill you. So, but you're right. I don't mind. Actually, I don't even mind them killing new miners as long as it's not griefing, where they do it over and over and over to the same player, or they're camping somewhere where they're just getting everybody. I don't find that really great either. I don't think that adds anything to the game. But pirates, like pirates tracking us down, which eventually will happen. It's gonna happen. We're gonna lose some ships while we scramble, or they'll be all shot up and have to fix them. It's part of the game. But consensual PvP. Yeah, I might. I'm not in a position right now where I can build a fighter and afford to lose it. So you spend your time in the SSC. Did you have any ships at EOSCon? Yeah, I'm familiar with the SSC. Yeah, they're definitely a resource dump. Which games need outlets for that stuff. PvP is often one of the few sources to remove revenue from a game. Did you have any ships at EOSCon, Bedford? I've watched most of the videos of EOSCon a couple of times. Just such a crazy array of ships there. No time. I watched a lot though. So is most of your SSC time spent on building PvP ships? There were so many great ships. Just so many. A lot of the guys, not a lot, a handful of the guys from EOSCon that had ships there actually decided to come out here. That's Dirty Human. He had 2 ships at EOSCon. And then Jongo said he may come out, and he had ships there. Freelancer is out here with us. And Lingen. Lingen, did you have ships at EOSCon? I know you're building ships, but I don't know if you had any at EOS. Right now, Lingen is building a... Oh, you did not attend? Right now, Lingen is building a sweet little, like, muscle car. I assume it's a station hopper. Didn't see anything else on it. But it really looks like a retro Monte Carlo car from, like, the 60s. Is this the first you've watched the stream, Bedford? I'll explain what we're doing if it is. I wonder if you could use transmitters as wheels. They kind of got that round shape. Then you could have Isan on there. You could squeeze an Isan mono in there if you just had one. That way you could go waypoint to waypoint. But you'd have to hide some YOLO racks in there too. And from my looking at it, you don't have much extra space. Oh, and Happy rated me the other day? That's awesome. I don't know how much I explained. The whole point of this stream is I started this character about, I want to say 10 days ago now. I stayed in safe zone only long enough to collect the resources to build this ship, which you can see is from Ego. Yeah, yep, he rated me when he was doing those EOSCon streams. So I only stayed in the safe zone long enough to collect the resources to build this ship, which is from, it's It's one of the egomaniacs free blueprints. It's called the Fledger. It did not start out like this. It was a much simpler design, but it's a ship that's designed to be upgraded in space. So it took me about, I want to say 2 days to get through the tutorials and gather enough resources and a laborer to build that. We built it, and then I immediately went out into the out of the safe zone. We're at the edges of belts 2 and 3, so I'm about 300 off the station somewhere. And the idea is we're going to do this the hard way, where I build everything in space. So upgrading all of this in space, building the station, well, that's meant to be done, but we're also doing all the mining like this to give time to chat, get to know the watchers. And then yesterday or the day before, I was visited by some other players out here, and now we're doing this hard. I call it hard style. I don't know what you want to call it. A few of them have agreed to do it out here, join me on this little adventure, and so that's what we're doing right now. We're collecting. We're full. We're collecting minerals for station building. And if Lingen ever gets his homework done, he said tomorrow he'll come back out and work on the station. I saw his station, and I was kind of jealous. So he's going to do some of the station, the early designing for us to replicate as the station gets bigger. So I'm trying to find, where's the damn station? Nope. Oh, there it is. He's going to do some of the designing in the early part. And we're just going to do this. We're just going to have some fun out here working together. And the point is to not go back to Origin unless we have to. A couple of these guys have cap ships, so we have some head starts here, but we aren't really using them at this point other than for station storage. Well, it's a lot of small, slow income. That must be so. When I in my chat, it only happens when Germans are talking, so it must be a key on your keyboard that does not, that my end can't translate, because I get a double caret up. Like at the end of be careful, small, slow thing, income, and then you have double carets. Yeah, that thing. We do, so I don't know if you watched, but when I was gone over this weekend, I had a little skiing weekend. Oh, that's a smiley face. Yeah, it doesn't translate into a smiling face. It translates into a double caret upwards. Yeah, it looks like, let me type it over here. This is what I see. That's all I get is 2 carets up. I'm gonna be in the seat. I'm trying to steer outside the sheet. Is it my, let's see. What did you think was gone forever? Stop spanning symbols. All right, let me fix Nightbot. It has, I put it on default settings. I have no idea what default settings do. So excess symbols. Look at that. I will disable that. I do have it on purpose blocking emojis. I wonder if that's what it's blocking. Because I hate emojis. Is it wrong that I hate emojis? My kids use them. My wife uses them. I hate emojis. Yeah, I don't ever use emojis ever. This is where I can never find the asteroid again. This is where I need a marker for which asteroid did I come from. There's Dirty Human. Are you on the same asteroid, Dirty? Is that the same one or a different one? It's got to be the same one. See, this is where I want something to mark that asteroid. They're so hard to find again. You started using them? Yeah. The only emoji I ever use is the thumbs up emoji. Um, and that's usually when you've said something that's that I disagree with, but I don't want to hurt your feelings. So I just use the thumbs up emoji. Oh, you gotta reconnect. The other thing that's very common that I don't do is selfies. I've never taken a selfie, ever. I don't like to be in regular pictures, let alone a selfie. Nope. Thumbs up is, yeah, the only one that I use. And that's just like to say, yep, I got it. With my profession, we just say the word Roger, which means received. And that's kind of what that means. Like, yeah, I heard you. Roger, Roger. Yeah, I only say it once. I'm not a Star Wars droid, but it's a good term. Just technically, it means I have received and understood your last transmission. Yeah, my kids use emojis all the time, and my wife started doing it. So I feel you, Brewster. It's like a different language. My kids don't use 1,500 kilometers. Where are you going? Coming from 1,500 kilometers? Oh, whew. 1,500 meters. That should be. Are you going into the station? We should be able to see you. We're only at 1,000 meters off the station. Oh, it's B Ford. Yeah, give us a while. Oh, nice. You built a little You cheated and did it in the SSC, did ya? You cheater. Just kidding. Just kidding. So yeah, if we have a little platform, it'll be much easier to start. It's actually nice to start them in the SSC so that the game recognizes it as a ship, and we don't have to do the ship whatever that permit is. Yeah, when I was growing up, there was a font that was often used. It was called Wingdings, and it has a lot of those a lot of those emojis came out of Wingdings. They just made them a lot nicer. Oh yeah, yeah, my waypoint system. Yeah, I think a gas station will be cool. We put up a gas station. Um, Hey Lingen, if you want to do a gas station, do we have to put solar panels on it to charge it, or would that work if we put enough solar panels just to run some buttons and things? Do we need anything other than a flow in, flow out button? I don't think so. That's what I'm asking. Is there anything that you see being required? Buttons and lights. It has an emergency power. But it's going to run on a fuel cell. I was just trying to think. Do solar panels generate? Solar panels are another thing I've not messed with. Do they generate enough power to run the lights, kind of thing? Yeah, rods are no big deal. I was just thinking long-term, low maintenance. Why are solar cells not powerful out here? Oh, well, yeah. If it only takes run, even if it only lasted a couple of days or weeks, it'd be fine. I just don't want to have to change rods every time I want to get fuel. And Brewster, I don't know if I invited you, but you're welcome to make your way out here and join us on this. Same, anyone. If you think this is the kind of gameplay you want to try, then jump in some cheap little ship that you can upgrade. Bring a laborer, grab the blueprint for the Fledger like I did. Contact Django. He has a upgrade ship that's just different shaped, but the same concept. This blueprint was free. I can get you a link to where it is if you want it. It was all safe zone ores. I don't think I had to buy any ores, and if I did, it was only a couple. You know, it was not even a stack of anything. But I think it was all just. It takes an hour and a half to get here in a labor. Yeah, you should try to go to zone 4 in the Fledger at 60 kilometers. Yeah, 60 meters a second. It took me hours to get out to zone 4 and come back. And then I was only in zone 4 for like 10 minutes because one of the few rocks I put on early on was the Quotonium. I would not want to come out here well, I did it essentially in a labor. This thing isn't very fast, but it took me an hour and a half to get out here, and I didn't fly a straight line because I didn't have a destination. I was just flying willy-nilly trying to find the edges of zone 2 and 3. But the Gaia would work fine as a starter ship. Django has one. The Gaia, Django, and Egomaniac has one. Like, that's the one that I use. We need to make a car commercial for your ship, Damage, so we can play it during breaks. I don't take many breaks, but I do take a few. The Gaia has 4 iterations. They all just get bigger and more complex. But the Gaia is just a starter ship. The Gaia Mark 1 is just a replacement for the Laborer. No missile, no lasers, but a bunch more crates and a much better power system. It's similar to the Laborer, but just better in every aspect. I do have to say, it's not pretty. Not a pretty ship. That goes for anyone else that's also watching. If you want to catch me on Discord, we can talk about getting you out here if you're a player that wants to try this. If you're a new player, you're welcome to come out and join us. The more the merrier. We're working on putting together a Discord, voice chat, so that it's a little easier when we're out here playing. We can actually talk to one another. If English isn't your first language, we've got German and Swedish covered. Brewster probably speaks Portuguese and French, and I don't even know what they speak in Luxembourg. Dutch? German? Brewster, what do they speak in Luxembourg? Yeah, I have a 3D printer right behind me. I have to design a piece to fix an air pump and print it. And I should have done that today, but I was being lazy. Maybe when I get off the stream. It's 4:30 already. I have to drive my kids all over God's creation tonight. So my normal stream will be a little later, probably 8:30 or 9 o'clock. If you're in the US time zone, I look forward to seeing you again sometime this evening. It'll be, like I said, 8:30 at the earliest. Probably closer to 9, and then we'll do a few more hours this evening. Yeah, Lincoln, I think 3D printers are the greatest thing ever invented. I have 10,000 hours on my current printer. I have just about worn it out. It's checkless, not Czech. Yeah, Czech made. It's made in Czechoslovakia. It's not Czechoslovakia anymore. Czechia, I think they call it now. The Czech Republic, Czechia. Oh, I print. Most of mine is functional prints. I do not print toys. Every once in a while, I print something because it looks cool, but I don't print toys. I try functional prints. There are prints hiding all over my house. Stuff that broke that needed parts, or we needed hooks or clamps or brackets, or stuff that goes in my car. Like, if you need a functional plastic thing made, then I'm your man for that. All right, now how do we not lose this rock again? This is the part that kills me. I don't want to lose it. I want to go straight into the... It's all right. He's going to stay there. It's all good. We'll figure it out. I need a big-ass blinking red light out there. That's what I need, but you can't see it. Does your ship have any lights on it, Dirty? Anything you can turn on to see if we can see it from over here? Oh, you're locked on your sniper? I think Pepa had a good idea earlier that we should scrabble together a asteroid hauler. It wouldn't render the light. That's what I was afraid of. Would it render... Hi, Django. Welcome back. Would it render rangefinder beams or cargo lock beams? Can you see those from a distance? Ship's empty, right? Yeah. No multi-endo mining, sorry. If you move the roid, we just can't mine it. What do you mean? If we move the roid, you can't mine it? I know we could do it with mine. Where did I lose it again? See, I lost it. I thought it was that one right there. Oh, it's past that. What do you mean if you bring the roid to us, we can't mine it? It's considered yours? Is that the problem? So if you move a asteroid damage, you're saying if I were to haul an asteroid in, I see it now. You're saying if I haul an asteroid in, then nobody else can touch it. It essentially assigns ownership. Am I getting that right? This is a big freaking asteroid. We've got two entire shipfuls out of it, and it's not done yet. Is that? You're gonna go shower? Good luck with that. I hate the little crumbs left. That is a weird thing, is that you can't tell the distance something is away from you sometimes. Yep, don't slip, don't drop the soap. Well, this is definitely a T10 then. Yeah, I was thinking. All right. It's because of the desync server issue. I don't understand. So if I were to cargo lock onto this, nobody else can touch it? Is that the issue? Even though it has to do with a desync issue, is that what we're talking about? If I move this, Dirty couldn't mine it anymore. I could mine it, but nobody else could. By hand, if we were to do it this way. Could somebody else mine it with lasers? Just not by hand? You don't know if it's by hand, but lasers won't work. Oh, you have an asteroid hauler in that capital ship of yours? You guys all in all your toys. Yes, for strip mining. What do you need an asteroid hauler for strip mining? Isn't strip mining what you do in the moon's surface? And then are you hauling the rocks away? For surface mining? I think this last one should be enough for now. Once we get through this asteroid, that'll be about 3 hours I've been going. It'll give me time to get something to eat, and then I have to haul one kid to club soccer, wait an hour, bring her home, grab the next kid, and drive back. Then I wait an hour and a half, drive home again. I love soccer. I do not like taking kids to soccer practice all the time. Oh, I see. That makes sense. That makes sense when you're ultra paranoid about somebody catching you. We're almost done, Dirty. This last part should go fast. Oh, not hitting asteroids. Then it's just your driving. Ooh. Yeah, some of those ships you guys have, I imagine, are a nightmare to repair. If you hit something hard and it breaks a pipe deep in that system. That's why you invented the Bia family. Cheap miners that work really well, that you can repair very easy. This should give us enough bastion for a while. You can hit, so you can just plow through everything. Just push them out of the way. Not everything, but a lot. Well, it has like a durability of like 768 or something. You should better hit a pretty big rock, going pretty fast at 768. Oh, physics problem. Right. That's kind of crazy. I'm just trying to keep this ship above 1. They're special purpose ships. Yeah, all the ships I've seen of yours have been uh, well engineered for a purpose and durable. Durability seems to be the biggest thing about your ships over other ships. How many different ships do you have to sell? There's 4 of the Gaia family. And how big's the Bia family? Bia family? Around 100. Nuts. Nuts, nuts, nuts. You guys spend way too much time in the SSC. A lot of beams and a lot of bolts. But yeah, he showed me one the other day, and when I did the durability test tool on it, it was 768. It was a mid-sized miner. Only 50% of your playtime? Come on, where'd that crumb go? Proper bolting. Didn't say mass bolting. There are just going to be lots of bolts because you have a lot of extra beams, comparatively. I know you just auto bolt everything. Just crates, generators, just auto bolted all 50 bolts apiece. I'm only saying that because he yells at me for auto bolting. Even simple stuff. I mean, auto bolting is terrible, I get it. Really? You've only been gone a minute. That was a quick shower. Yeah, we're... Alright, that's going to be it, Dirty. We don't need any more for now. You got your ship here for a ride back, right? Oh, there's two pieces right there. Or there's two asteroids. Oh, those are just two asteroids. Alright, let's see. We're going to get in this chair. Find the station again. Something you need to learn is what? The bolting? The rules of bolting? Yeah, he's teaching me. He made me rebolt the entire ship, all 100 crates on this thing. And tell you what, it made a huge difference. As soon as I rebolted all those crates, my durability jumped from 1 to over 3. And I thought that was fantastic. I think my durability is absolutely awful right now because of the generators. Yeah, look at that, 1.009. And it's all because of these generators I put in. Oh, what am I doing? I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Auto bolt is for nerds. Yeah, shut up. So the flow mats. You think the flow mats. What the hell is a flow mat? Enhancers? The enhancers don't even come out as yellow, but like these generators all do. Floor mats. They all show up as green. No issues. It's these generators that don't have any beams attached to them at all. And there's a bunch of them. I haven't gotten these bolted in to where they're happy with. So yeah, the floor mats don't show up. They might show up, but they are bolted to beams. I have 3 bolts in every floor mat straight into a beam. And these things are not bolted to the floor mats, they're bolted to the beams under it. Oh, see this level here? I hate this step. And it needs to come out. All this stuff needs to come out. All of this. I hate it, hate it, hate it. I'd like to just come here, have a step down, and everything be that lower level. Get rid of all this junk. You check my shit. They want to bolt the generators. It's a mess. Where's your ship? Where are you at? Oh, dirty humans there. That's you up there. See, look at all the. See, that seems like a lot of beams to me. What do we got in here? Oh, that's the chair. We're upside down. Let's orient ourselves appropriately. This is our driver's seat. Oh, click for durability. Trying to get to a 60,000. 60,437. 60,000. Like 4 digits before the decimal. 60,000. Jiminy Christmas. Look at that. Can you guys see it? I don't know if on the stream it's enough. It's not clear. It's not. I can't see it on the stream. Can you read that on the stream? Or is it the resolution too low? Their font choice is terrible. Use the black thrusters to show it. Does that look clearer? It's clear for me, but let me turn my flashlight off. Maybe I can put it in the shadow. There you go. That's about as good as it's going to get. But it's 60437.562. 60,407.37. 562. That's just mind-boggling. But I see how you got it because you've got beams on both sides of everything. Yeah, he's got no plating. All right, so what is going on here? Is that a maneuvering thruster? So you got a maneuvering thruster here. Why does it have like 50 bolts in the maneuvering thruster? Is that the is that what it takes? Is how many you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No. 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's in the thruster. I think that the rest that's the hard point. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 24, 29, 30, 34. Let's see. The lowest durability is probably the controls. The lowest durability. This part will likely. It doesn't even give you a durability on these stupid things because they're likely to fall off forever for anything. If anything hits this. All right. I am going to call this good for now. I think we're going to stop here. Dirty, you're welcome to continue doing whatever it is you want to do. I'm going to try and see if anybody else is streaming. Lingen, are you going to be streaming? I can, if you want to start your stream, I can send all the viewers over there. I can raid that. Somehow. I know I can, oh, it's really late for you guys. That's true. So, I will, I guess I'll call the stream here. I don't think anybody else, there's nobody else that's, streaming Starbase right now other than me. So, there's not much I can do. The whole of Friday, that would be awesome. But I encourage you guys to, if I'm not on, I encourage you to look for Lingen on Twitch as well as Happy Trigger 42. Check out their streams. I thank you for coming and hanging out with us while we mess around. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will be back on later this evening, probably in the 8:30, 9 o'clock time frame. And I hope to see you guys then. So for now, I will see you later. Don't fly, I'm bolting. Nope, I'm not going to fly anywhere. Just was getting, I don't even need in the seat. So we will let him, he's doing some work there. Oh, there he is back there. But I'm going to go ahead and call it, and you guys have a wonderful afternoon. Hopefully I'll see you later tonight. Take care.